Oh, it's live.
We are live. Hi, everyone. There's so many of you
Hey.
already. It's amazing. Hi, everyone. This is the Potion Con where you get to watch Potion Con bit where you get to watch Sandara do some drawing, which I get the feeling is a lot of people's favorite part. So yeah, we have the amazing Sandara Tang doing some drawing of some critters, and we also have Peter Vaughan as well, co-founder of Cardboard Alchemy, and then me, Rosie, who just talks about all their games all the time.
You're
Yeah.
an integral part of
Alright.
it, Rosie.
Okay, hi guys. So I have a bunch of critters that I need to draw. So the first one will be shark. All right. So
I love the
okay.
dragon placement above your head, by the way. I just want to say those are pretty cute dragons up there.
Got a lot of
They're not.
shelf left there, Sandara, huh?
Well, they're not normally there. I just put them there because of this
A lot of
string.
space there for more, I see.
Oh yeah, I suppose we could do that someday. All right,
All
sorry
right.
to distract from the shark.
All right.
Sharks are
So
exciting.
yeah, so for as critters in this particular world, they can't just be a normal shark. So they need at least some arms and legs. So I'll just roughly flesh out their body shape first. So this is where their legs would be. Okay,
This gives me
so
a chance to talk about lots of fun things about the game. Um, so we may have people who at this stream are just huge fans of Sandara coming along, finding out about Critter Kitchen for the first time. So what we've got in this game is a lot of different types of animals. Animals have different jobs in sort of the universe of Critter Kitchen. There's critics who are coming to judge your restaurant and taste a 7-course meal. And there's restaurateurs, which are working back in the kitchen with you, your head chefs who are helping you with the global power for the entire game. And what we're focusing on today is zoo chefs, which are the sort of the chefs that you send out. Of course, the zoo pun, courtesy of the designers, because it started off with them thinking about this as a zoo game with gorillas and whatnot would be in what who would come into your kitchen. So here we are focusing on zoo chefs, and the chefs in Critter Kitchen also have sizes. There's size 1, size 2, and size 3. Size 1 is anything from like mouse and a chipmunk or a bird, a small bird, and then there's size 2, which are your dogs or some. Uh, I think size 2 goes up to donkeys and so forth. But then size 3 is generally speaking your giraffes, your whales, like there's some big stuff as size 3. Uh, and so this shark strikes me, and
he's big. He's
I
big.
believe we got a big one, right? So this is going
Yeah.
to be a size 3 zoo chef.
I'm trying to combine him with a little bit of tiger so he gets some tiger stripes, because I remember from the last time we asked the Facebook group, and then somebody was like kept going on about tigers, like tigers with anything, like he
That's
really liked
cool.
tigers or something. So if I remember correctly, it's tigers. If not, I'm so sorry, I got it wrong.
I think it was
But
tigers.
anyway,
There was like a lot of
it was
tiger
tigers,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody kept going on about tigers.
I think
So
it's a great idea.
yeah, so I think tiger sharks are a thing, so I'll just give this guy some stripes like a tiger.
Tiger sharks are a thing. It's like you really, but it's worth noting that for this universe, when we were talking to Sandar about the zoo chefs, you know, not to say that Sadara, you could say what you thought, but um, just drawing a bunny rabbit or just drawing a simple like just you know these days, of course, it's like what's the twist? There's a twist, and Sandara's great idea was to sort of have blends of different animal types so that if anyone's seen the artwork, the raccoon has crystals in their fur. So just things that or possibly the one that I didn't even know about and someone found out on our Discord was that the fox had was mixed with peacock.
Peacock. Yeah.
I didn't realize that you were doing that. You were taking that pun all the way. Like the fox rhyming with peacocks. It's really kind of a fun idea to mix that.
Yeah, because I mean, like, sometimes it's difficult to add in the the extra bits, because the core creature still needs to be clear, especially like on the critics where they don't really have names. They just they're like the rabbit or the mouse or something. So it needs to be clear that they are that particular animal. But
Yeah, we
but
struggled with this early on because you were going off that idea so much that the giraffe got a little bit far away from a giraffe at one
yeah,
point.
it did. But at
And
least
we thought, I mean, it's a giraffe, but we were going to write the word giraffe on the card, and it started to become a little weird. Like, is that what it is, though? Because it feels more like it was more like a dinosaur, right? So it was kind of an interesting thing of like, how much do you have to retain of one animal versus another animal,
yeah. At least for the giraffe, that it's that tall thing, so it's not too bad.
Right? You're focusing on like what? Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
Okay, that's the
That
I
says,
shark.
I
want to move
love your art
Sandara
so
up
much.
because I keep covering. I'm going to move you up.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just covering you with the comments, and I'm like, I'm going to move you up.
I like this shark already. Look at this guy.
I love the silhouette is so good. It's so
Yeah.
crunchy. Like,
That's another
Yeah,
thing that
to make
probably Sandara, I don't know, this has been the first time we've made meeples with you. So, well, not the first
Yeah.
time, because there were dragon meeples, but it wasn't necessarily those silhouettes were important from the get-go. It was more like there was dragons and there's a dragon piece. But these silhouettes are super important because meeples are created outside of these art pieces.
Yeah.
And so you're
So
immediately thinking of that too, right?
yeah, I mean, like originally I did want to kind of draw the shark on a side view, like how we would think of a shark, like this. But we've got um we've got some creatures, especially the hawk or whatever. They're already facing this way, so I don't really
Yeah.
want to have that similarity. But so I try to make it more like a triangle instead. So you will
Ah,
see this
nice.
large triangle shaped thing, and like hopefully uh feels different, because now he has this as a silhouette instead of this, which some other critters also have. Yeah.
So Brad, customers are friends, not food. It's great. There's some great comments, everybody.
Oh,
I will say I'm going to answer Zertalin, and I'm going to violate. I was going to not. Yeah, we don't have to get into the powers per se, but I will. But I will say that the designers have thought of a lot of animals, so they do have a shark idea. They have one called Mac the shark, so I don't know if this is going to be Mac or not, but they have been thinking about a shark that. Something I can also talk about in the game is that there is a type of zoo chef that is mean, cutthroat. And we're actually going to mark those cards with a symbol so that if you don't like that kind of play, you can take those cards out. But it's kind of they're very highly interactive. So, in particular, the idea that they're rolling. I mean, the designers have tons and tons of animal ideas. One idea that they have said is that the shark would potentially name an ingredient type, and every chef there must give you an ingredient of that type, or the shark goes ahead of them in line. So basically it's, give me the carrots or else.
oh my god.
So it'll be marked with a cutthroat symbol. So if you say, oh, you know what, that will make my group upset, then we have a way to take that out.
Yeah, I mean, sharks, I'm sure they're nice animals, but they naturally look kind of fierce. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a bad rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got a bad rap. What?
Someone said, whenever someone asks who my favorite artist is in the whole wide world, they say you. I have a print of your work hung up in my daughter's nursery, and she loves the dragon plushies.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I just actually it's super early for me right now. But I got up and I watched Grant Lyon's stand-up comedy thing that he did with the zoo chefs. That was so funny. I wish I could have, but it was like 3 a.m. for me, so I couldn't watch it live. Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious, because here's Grant looking at your art, has not
Yeah.
seen it before, hasn't hasn't really studied it before, but then he's like, that butterfly looks suspicious, you
Yeah,
know?
but why? Like, why
I
does
don't
she
know.
feel Mary looks suspicious? She doesn't.
I don't know. That was hilarious. Although I will say that the other day I looked at Marie the butterfly and I felt like she had little fangs. So I kind of thought like maybe she
Yeah,
is
she
vicious.
does.
She has little
She
fangs.
does. She does.
She'll tear you apart. She's worse than the shark. We just don't know it. We don't know it. But it's very funny because when he puts that into like, which one do you trust to run your kitchen? It's a very funny thing. And
I'm
for anyone who
surprised
missed that, that's on our
surprised-
YouTube now.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Pocket was first though.
I was there. Are you really surprised?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, he does look very friendly. But
Well,
yeah.
spoilers, everybody. No, but so Grant ranked the 13 or so that have been exposed that are going to be in the games at the start of the launch. Critter Kitchen is launching in 3 days, and there are. I will tell you a funny story about why there's 13 because one of them got done and was we put him in a puzzle, and so it wasn't. It was going to be a stretch goal, but surprise! It's at launch. We decided to unlock a Finch in addition to the 12 that we had planned to put in the game. So there's the 13, and we were ranking them. And Grant joked that he's going to make it the definitive list of who is absolutely the most popular, who's the best, and the two sous chefs that the designers are sort of that the designers have like a sous chef in the opening 13, and so theirs were not favored a little. You know, they were. It's kind of funny. I mean,
a mustache, but
I mean,
it looks weird.
yes, that's funny. An old time villain.
Tim wants the shark to have a pocket watch for some reason. I don't know.
Shark needs a pocket watch.
We should make him orange, so that we get a bit of color.
Tiger.
Yeah, they are. So we have a lot of gray colored ones already, so we can have some brighter colored ones too.
Oh, that's nice. So yeah, I was going to mention the parrot because so when we so what part of the process that's really interesting about these is sometimes the designers will say, I have to have this animal. Please work around this animal, and sometimes they won't have a specific thing or So also on the parrot, we didn't say like, oh, the parrot should have a should have a knife. And Sandara comes in there and says, all right, this parrot's this is like ready to chop something. And Grant today called it a murder parrot, which is hilarious.
I don't remember why. Yeah, but I don't remember why I made him so menacing. Was it because of his power or something? I can't remember.
Actually, the power of the parrot is that if Spice is at the location, he could go again, but the knife was just this is the kind of fun thing that happens during the process, because for example if we didn't feel strongly about the parrot keeping the spice power, then we could take that knife, and then sometimes the designers will spin off that and say, all right, so now it's going to be a mean chef because Sandara put that knife there. The reason why that particular one is keeping the spice thing is apparently because there's only 2 animals in the animal kingdom that can handle spice or have a affinity for spice, or it's tree shrews, which can tolerate spice, and it's parrots that search for spice or can there's the qualification about parrots and spice, so we don't want to change it from that, and we don't want to change the art either because he looks awesome with that knife. That knife is
forever known as Murder Parrot now.
Murder Parrot.
Oh, Murder Parrot.
He hangs out with Mac the Shark here.
I'll never call it that on social media, though.
Now,
and when he said that the Alex, the alpaca, was lazy because he's sitting down. The reason why he's sitting down, because otherwise he wouldn't fit on the cart, right? That's why I made him sit down. Yeah.
I think Alex works very hard. There's always free bread at restaurants. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
This is really neat, the way that you've got not only the orange but also the tan color, like below that is neat. You're planning that out.
Yeah, I've got usually I'll put their base color down first, and then I'll do the stripes. Curious about the what?
The extra chefs. It's okay. We'll read those for you so that you can just focus.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
read them. Saw only a few during the taste test. Wonder if there'll be a cat and or a wolf.
A cat.
What's really funny about that comment is there's a cat and a wolf at the start. We haven't really talked about the campaign because it's going to be up in 3 days, but we have something we showed today because we were talking to Kim Joy, and Kim Joy was so excited to be part of helping us with Critter Kitchen, and she was just a delight to work with. She's all about critters herself, and so we said to her, would you like to be a critter? Sandara was immediately able to capture her as her favorite animal, which is a cat. And then because it's so charming, so it's not Kim Joy, it's Kit Joy for the kitten, for the cat factor in there. And we're going to give, if you back the campaign, Kit Joy will be included in every game pledge. So it's kind of a neat thing to sort of put her back in, put her in the game. Her husband owns a game store and is part of a game convention. So they're both really into board games. Really excited to put her in like that.
They literally were playing Flamecraft before the live, and then when they finished the live, they went and finished their game.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
But we don't have a dog or wolf. Wait, we have a dog.
We have a wolf. So we have a wolf. And
who's the wolf?
Well, it's a wolf. It's a wolf and a duck put together.
Oh, that one. But yeah, it's not really a wolf.
Kind of a wolf.
Only if you squint really hard, I think it's like.
I can answer the green player question as well. So early on in the game, the zoo chefs that we're talking about right now. Now, Sandara has not drawn the clothes that the shark is wearing yet, but the zoo chefs had to have a color, a costume that would sort of identify them. So if you saw a chef out there, they were wearing a color. So we had to decide if it was going to be white, chef attire. But it turned out that the zoo chefs got the color of teal, which is a great color. I love seeing this. All the meeples are teal, and it's got this great. They were mint tones and stuff like this. Is the color of the zoo chefs is the mint and the teal.
Now.
So
this is the color of the zoo chef shirt.
Because of that color, we avoided we're picking the 5 colors that are for the players, and we avoided green because we were already seeing a lot of teal, and we thought, well, we should stay away from it because we already have a blue, and well, it'll be too much if we stick the green in there. However, during the development process, the designers came up with 6 and 7 player modes, which you'll find out on the Kickstarter is included completely free with everyone's pledge. We're putting a bonus expansion which has the 6 and 7 player mode in, and we needed colors for that, and we're running out of colors. And so it was a really fun thing to have green come back in as the 6 and 7. So there's green and pink now that get to come in. And so if you back and you get green and pink, of course you can decide that's what you're going to play with every time. Forget those other colors. And I think it does stand out from the teal. We were worried at first, but it's a nice difference of color.
I don't know what color his shirt should be.
So the campaign, by the way, is running 23 days. It's going from October 24th, which is just in 3 days, all the way to November 16th. So we're going to bake a couple things for Thanksgiving and get out right about then. We like to do about 3 weeks. Gives a chance for people to find it and for us to stretch goal, add, and things like that. We obviously have to unlock this shark someday. So I love food. I love food. That's awesome.
It's not gonna be there in the front.
It does give it like a sort of like this. There's like the concept of like a person that covered in like tattoos or something, and then they wear like pink, and you're just like, oh, they're just cuddly and nice. There's no need to like stereotype. I really like the idea that this is actually just a really sweet shark, like in Finding Nemo, when they're just like,
oh yeah,
really nice.
Yeah.
Could be a trap though, you know. I mean, he does like to eat.
I like you. I like food. Yeah.
It's very cute.
His hands look like bao buns. That's funny. It's funny when you say that, by the way, the player color. I did a poll on Facebook and I asked what everyone's favorite color was. A lot of people are excited that we have purple. A lot of people are excited that we have orange, but wow, did green get the votes? I mean, green, glad it's coming back in because people are like, where's my green? Green's got to be there. It's great. I'm personally also really excited by the fact that, I mean, with 7 players, we did also get to add pink, and there are some people who have already written it and said, games don't do that enough. Thank you for giving a pink. Yeah.
Is it a Cardboard Alchemy thing now?
What, to have pink?
Yeah.
Well, we've done in Flamecraft had pink, obviously, and Andromeda's Edge has a pink purple. I think every game we've had has a purplish color now. So purple has, our potion in the logo is purple, and so it's nice that purple has stayed around. We have been the least. I think orange has not shown up. In orange is funny because orange often gets mixed with red and then has some problems. We are definitely going to have a challenge to make sure the orange stands out and is. But our developer, Chris Strain, is a big fan of orange. He's developed a game called Asking for Troubles that's all orange. He jokes that everything has to be orange. He doesn't actually believe that everything has to be orange. But when he came aboard, we knew there would be orange coming in this game.
Ooh. Raven or zebra? Are we making a choice here?
Yeah, I think I probably have time for just only one more. So do you guys want me to do a raven or a zebra?
Choices. Let's hear in the comments.
I know what my vote is.
Oh, okay.
But I want to hear what people.
Zebra, raven, zebra.
Oh, it's a tough call.
Quite even. I think zebra's coming out more though.
Zebra.
Zebra.
Oh, no. Okay, another stripy thing. Okay.
2 stripes today.
Raven. Well, you can choose whatever one you want to draw.
I like how zebra and raven and then kangaroo has come in. I like it.
Kangaroo.
We do have a kangaroo in the game at launch. There's a really cool critic that is a beautiful looking kangaroo.
I got a feeling the raven is going to be pretty straightforward. It's just going to be like, something like this, and his hands are holding something, and legs.
I have to say,
and a tail. That's what a raven looks like.
The raven's power is my favorite power in the game. That's why my vote would be right there. But I like them. I like them all, but the raven's particularly good. Poems. Well, Alex is pitching the name of Lenore, so yes. Yes. But the raven has the ability to draw extra items out of the bag, and if they do, then more items will come out after their turn. So you can get something else, but then you create more for other people. So it's a decision you got to make if you're playing with the raven. Let's talk about the zebra though.
The zebra is actually, I have designed some kind of zebra-like creature, but it's in the background. Like you can find it here and there in the background. I'm not sure if anybody has noticed it.
I do like how I've seen your zebra sitting down at the cafe tables.
They're around. I think that there is another one. Was that a zebra? Yeah. On the restaurant, the blue restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a unicorn? It was a pretty wild.
I don't really remember, but.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of fun poring over the different locations of this game, because when Sandara has a restaurant to draw, the restaurant has to be filled with people. So all of a sudden a walrus will be in there sitting down, and some of Sandara's favorites come up again and again. Like I've noticed there's a panda that likes to sit on the benches near the park. So there's a panda that likes to sit at the park. There are there's this like I said, it's a zebra, a unicorn that likes to go out and fine dining. And what's some of the other ones? There's definitely the rhino, the stegosaurus type guy who's hanging around having a coffee break.
Do you just do you just choose whatever you want to add into the locations in terms of animals, or is there like
yeah, nobody has said anything, so I just draw whatever I want.
I feel like there should be more frogs. I'm just saying, like,
true.
We try not to. we try not to hamper anything with like, oh, this can't. Because I actually had this fun comment where Sandara drew the water market, and it's one of the few. Chris, who's developing, usually doesn't say, "Oh, I have to have this animal," but Chris came in and he's like, "I really feel like there should be a whale at the water
Yeah.
market." And so then
It's
Sandara said, "Okay, I can get a whale in there." And then someone came up to me at Gen Con, it's like, "Why would a whale be in a boat? It makes no sense." And I'm like,
true.
but animals are cooking you dinner. I don't know if this is where it breaks, for you, with the whales in the boat. It was just kind of a funny moment. But
I love that whale. It's
that whale's
amazing.
great.
You know what I really want to put in, but I haven't yet, is the mascot for my country, the Malayan. It's like half fish, half
That's
lion monstrosity, and I feel like I should really put it in somewhere, but I haven't got the chance.
You
chance
should.
to yet. Yeah.
That would be really great. I'm thinking like, some promo card that we got to unlock.
I was just gonna shove it in the background somewhere.
Oh, okay. Because it's this piece. The world comes together when there's some ideas from design and development, but it's when it takes shape. I was working with Luke Laurie on Andromeda's Edge, or even on Dwellings, and sometimes he'd have an idea of what the Kraken would do, but then he'd see the art. He's like, "Oh no, it's going to do this now," because this is the world that the story is. Because the guy who drew the Kraken in Dwellings drew it very tortured, and so Luke just got in like thinking about what the Kraken's like, what his day was like. He's like, okay, so this Kraken's different. This Kraken's like having a bad experience, and so we're gonna make the power something that comes out of that lore. And I think in this game too, there's going to be a world created. There is a world created by your characters, like either shopping for ingredients or at the store. Like, you've already put one of the classic examples, which if you haven't seen the art yet, we'll have it up on the Kickstarter page, but there is a merchant that works under a bridge, and we've had that location in the game from the get-go. And immediately Sandara was like, there's a fox in a trench coat down there. He's selling goods under the bridge. And already that has created a story about like who that is and what that character is like. And then I think when we were fleshing it out, then Sandara drew these little minions that are working for that guy. I don't know what animal those are.
I don't know either.
But they're down there like all, moving merchandise down there. It's very interesting that's some of the things happening in Bistro Bay.
The carrot dude is my favorite. Whatever that little...
The carrot dude. Oh, the weird, like little mutated carrot. Like
I love him so much. I think he's amazing.
The Easter egg we're talking about is if you see the Midnight Merchant, which is the one I'm talking about under the bridge, check out some of the boxes that he's got going around. There's actually a Cardboard Alchemy potion in there, and there's a very, as we're talking about, mutated carrot with a face. We don't know what happens. Maybe that's how some of these mutations in Bistro Bay occur. One too many of those weird carrots.
I love it. I'm gonna make like a homemade Christmas decoration of it, put it on my tree.
This is a great looking zebra, by the way.
I don't know what to add to him though. He's just a zebra. I'm just gonna give him like rainbow colored stripes, but at his core it's just a zebra. He's not like the shark, who is a little bit more, this guy is just straight up zebra.
Has it been challenging for you to do the four-legged creatures? Because you have to...
Actually, the most challenging thing is probably the restaurateurs. Yeah.
The famous... so those are the ones based on actual chefs, by the way, so everyone knows. Like, we asked Sandara to look at Anthony Bourdain and put him as a boar, and to make Martha Stewart. I can only imagine how difficult that is to go, okay, so you want Martha Shrew, you want her to be a shrew. Okay. Kudos to you, because that sounds like the hardest assignment.
That one was hard because like not only do they need to look like the animal, but they need to look like the human that they are based on. So for some of them it's a little bit tricky because the animal is actually very difficult to make them look like the human counterpart, So
Somehow though, you're really I feel like you're nailing it. I don't I see Anthony Bourdain in the boar. I see him in there. Think you got him in there. So it's exciting.
The one that you guys shown during Grand Lion's bit, the who was the owl
The
guy?
Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, Jamie Oliver. That was so difficult because
How do you make
uh,
Jamie Oliver into an owl? Yes.
yeah, because partially Jamie himself, he's pretty normal looking. I think some of them, they look a lot more unique. You know, they have a lot of, I think, like celebrity personality kind of look. So some are easier actually.
You're probably right. Jamie Oliver had a whole shtick at the beginning where he just wore an apron and that was his thing.
Yeah, he looks
yeah.
so normal. I was
You
looking
know,
at his
now
photos
he's
and
just
like,
yeah.
Did you because in the in Jamie's picture he's having spaghetti bolognese. Did you see a picture of him with that, or did you just
I
decide
don't
to
know.
give him?
If I remember, he was like just cooking the most normal looking food. And he just looks so normal. He just always like some kind of a collar shirt and maybe a t-shirt inside, and then he just looked like a normal person.
Yeah,
I think he was.
he's got some great books that we used, but they're all very much like Mothership Chicken. Here's how you do this and do that.
Celebrities owe it to artists to look distinctive. I mean,
yeah, where is
otherwise you
Stevie
can't.
Cat? Come on, like.
No, like Kim Joy was really comparatively easy to design for because she has a look, which is
Yeah.
very distinctive. Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
easy to translate her to her critter counterpart. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
and
is
also
funny.
her love
This is
of
like
cats and things helps quite a bit, I imagine, with her holding
Yeah,
a cat
it
cake
does.
and
It
everything.
does.
this reminds me of the gum. So we have to watch out for that.
Yeah,
The
everyone's
zebra
talking
gum.
about giving like a rainbow.
Yeah. I will once I'm done. Just
Fruit stripe zebra. Now the other thing we do need is a name. The designers were playing around with. There was Linus, and I've heard someone say Zach, but I don't know if we have like a like.
why are we calling
who,
him Zach?
I don't know.
Is that because of the hair?
I don't know. We need a name that fits this drawing. So this is one of the things where like we don't know what the zebra is going to look like till we see what the zebra is going to be like, and I don't know what the. It doesn't feel like a Linus anymore to me.
Mm.
Looks very proud. Like, I'm great.
I'm great. Yeah.
Zed, that's a fun one.
Oh, that's an interesting suggestion for a macaw plus the zebra. That's interesting.
A what? A macaw. Oh, so he's colorful. Oh, I have to try that out.
Xena, Xavier.
Savior. A macaw is. Oh, but it's red though. Like can
Yeah.
you give him red as a base? Oh no, that would be too strong. Maybe just his mane.
He's been attacked. Yeah, no, I don't think that's good.
He's been attacked. He's bloody now. Oh, that's hard.
Zestar.
I think he needs to. If his stripes are to be colorful, he needs to have a light color base. Otherwise, it's too much. Yeah, it's too much. I could give him.
You got like fun comments here. Charlemagne. That's fun.
I could give him dark colored hair, but he'll have.
Macaw's gonna have a blue or green base too.
Yeah, blue. Well, let's say a faintly dark blue base.
So we also got my daughter and I love the apron and the hoofs.
I know, they're stunning.
The chunky the hoofs.
Yeah.
The hoofs.
I think
the
it's
chunky look.
hoofs. Yeah.
I love the idea of them cooking with hooves. The concept of just trying to pick things up with hooves. I just can't even imagine like how useful they'll be. It's just like,
don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, if you think too hard about anything in this world, you start to go, wait a minute.
Raccoons can pick things up and birds can grab things, and I'm like, horses are just useless. Sorry. Like in terms of picking things up.
Oh, I didn't draw his hand properly, but I'm imagining like he has like a thumb like this, and it's a really
like a sort of split hoof, like a.
Yeah, so he'll be probably.
Here's
like,
someone who went to one of our PotionCon original shows and says because of the trivia, for Bruce, the zebra should be Dennis. That's funny because it was a joke.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We should We should call it Dennis.
There's some
That
inside
trivia show was fun.
that we've had a fun time at PotionCon, this segment especially, but also we've had the comedy hour and the designers spitballing, and then we had a game show to kick it off, which was a lot of fun. So glad
Yeah,
you could make it. It was a good hour. Like they've all been at different hours, but that was a good one for.
yeah, that was a really good one. Yes, we should call it Dennis.
Oh,
Okay, so now
Easter
that he
egg.
has
Oh my
been
god!
released.
Look at that! Look at that pun. There you go. Copsticks.
That's amazing.
We also, I hadn't noticed as we're talking about the appendages and whatnot, but I really like the Python. She's one of my absolute favorites. Every
Yeah,
time I see that, I think that Python's winning for my favorite.
Is
But
it?
I
really?
didn't. I just really love the pose, the attitude you gave that Python. Really well. I wish I had a picture ready to go to show it, but I did not notice. I guess I didn't think about the fact that she gained arms. I just didn't think about it.
She
You
had
know?
to, right? Else how would a python do anything?
I know. So to Rosie's point about how does one, cook in this world, you have to. I'm glad you thought of it so that she could have arms, so that she could be an effective cook. That's all I'm
Yeah, I know.
saying.
When I first read the description, I was like, Python? How do they want me to put clothes on this thing and like have it be functional?
That's an interesting other point, which is that when we did Flamecraft, I think there was a rule you had in your head
Right.
that said certain dragons could wear clothes and most would not, right? I think
Yeah. They could wear clothes, but most wouldn't want to. Like it was for, if I remember correctly, like for special occasions for them.
right.
Special
So
occasions.
you're going from that, which is like, maybe I'll put one apron on a meat dragon once in a while, to this where they've got to be wearing
Yeah.
ties and chef gear and hats, and they've got it. So it's a whole other level.
It's not easy because I don't really do like character design that much. So designing the clothes, because not only do I have to design their the way the critter looks, but also the clothes that they wear. So it's it's not easy.
You had a fun comment
It
about the
hasn't.
hummingbird. Here's praise for the hummingbird hybrids. The hummingbird is probably my favorite. Did
Yeah.
the hummingbird have a hybrid part to it? It had paw. It had
It had
feet,
paws, like
paws. Yeah, paws.
all the birds had to have like a griffin kind of build, because otherwise they wouldn't be functional as well. They can't cook with their feet, and they can't cook with their wings, so they had to have an extra set of limbs to them. Yeah, so they're all sort of griffins. They all have ears as well.
Someone's asked, how do you choose or know the color schemes for each and what goes well together?
Oh well, usually when I do color scheme, especially for characters, so there will always be like neutral color. So this is a neutral color. So black, white, gray, beiges like this, like our skin tone, or this kind of tan beigey color. They're kind of like neutrals, right? And then so I would use these as a kind of like a base for them, like how the zebra is, especially if I know they're going to be colorful. And I know, like for example, all the zoo chefs are going to have this teal color to them.
Yeah,
So they can't be this color, and so they have to be any other color. So I will match one other strong dominant color to the neutral. Like in this case, it's this orange. All right, so all of them, like maybe the fox, he will have a dominant red color, and then that's about it. The rest will be like here, these are grays as well, so they don't fight each other. Um, the exception here is this pink. So if I wanted to put an extra color that is strong, like say pink, I will try to make it desaturated. So if you look over here, this part, right, this color chart. So the colors on the right side are more saturated. The colors on the left side are less saturated, like desaturated. So if I wanted to put orange and pink, and both of which are quite strong colors, but they're close to each other on the color wheel, right? Pink's kind of from red, and just moving a little bit up is pink. So they kind of I don't want to say complement each other, because complementary colors mean something else. They're analogous colors, colors that are next to each other, so they work well together. So it's not too bad, right? Like if I were to use orange green, that would be strong, and the green is already there in the teal. So for the pink, I will make it a desaturated pink, so it doesn't fight so much with the orange, because it's secondary to the orange, which is the primary color for the shark. So this is usually how the thinking goes, like if I needed more colors, I'll use neutrals, and then for dominant colors, I'll use I just one or two, right? Especially for characters, because they're so small. They don't really have a lot of place. This zebra uh is almost like an exception, because we know he's gonna be really colorful, but the color is gonna be limited to the stripes. So that's why I went with this base color, which is this very inoffensive neutral. All right, it's kind of like a warm gray color, so it wouldn't fight with the rest of these colors that I'm putting on. Because, like, for example, if we were to go like a scarlet macaw or the blue macaw, so let me just put in a new layer so you guys can see. If I went with like red, it will fight with every other color that is there. Or even if I went with blue, it's also going to fight with every other color that's going to be there. So your eyes will be like, whoa. So in order to see the stripes clearly, the base has to be a fainter, a more neutral color. So usually that's the kind of reasoning that goes behind, like, oh, why do we choose these colors that we have? Yeah.
That's fascinating.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
terrible
really
with colors.
interesting.
Sorry, a bit of a lecture.
You should teach
that's
it, honestly.
I do. I mean, I
does.
teach it. in school, but, whether or not the students listen is another question.
I mean, for everyone who doesn't know, yes, Sandara's been a long-time teacher in Singapore and teaches digital art all the time, and helps people get to some level better than they would have been. That's so great that you do that.
They're all going to move over to Singapore now to be taught by you.
I mean, I'm thinking about it.
Someone has asked a question that I should answer now.
Yes.
Someone said, when will we get the chance to win one of the beautiful art books? So,
Uh-huh.
yes, you have the opportunity to win a Flamecraft art book. There is 3 up for grabs. And what we're going to ask you to do is we're going to ask you to comment under this video, so not in the live chat, in the comments, your favorite critter or dragon that Sandara has designed. And then at the end of PotionCon, 3 will be chosen and will be notified and will reply to your comment saying that you've won and you need to contact us. So just reply in the comments and we will let you know who's won at the end of PotionCon, which ends tomorrow night. I'm in the UK, so the time is vastly different, but
right. There's at least 24 hours left to do that. After the stream is over, it can be a dragon. A lot of people are familiar with Flamecraft, and they're all named, so you can say which one you really think is the best of the best. Or if you've seen our posts about the 7 dragons that have been chosen to go in the series 2 box, you can say that you can agree with that, or tell us the favorite you think should have been in there. Or if you've been paying attention to Rosie's posts about some of our zoo chefs, which we've been doing in the Critter Kitchen Facebook group, and a little bit on Instagram too, then you could say, I already like the python, or I already like the hummingbird, or I like the Newton, the Yorkie, and Grant did not like the Yorkie today.
What? He didn't? I thought he did.
Oh no, he liked it okay.
He put it as
okay. He was starting off a little bit. No, he was still. Yeah, sorry. He liked the Yorkie. That's fine.
He just didn't like Mary. I don't know why.
But everyone's got their favorites. He
didn't like the snake either. I think he said the snake kind of creeped him out or something. I don't remember. Like, he would be shocked by it every time he saw her in the kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, you have to put those kind of you have to suspend disbelief a little bit to come in the world.
Someone asked if how we're surviving. I must have a lot of caffeine in my system, and I think Peter probably does, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys are still awake.
We're This was a fun idea to do a bunch of content right before we launched. I'm not going to say that the merits of that idea per se, as we're already sleep deprived and there is now more sleep deprivation happening. But what we do like about it is just finding out today, for example, a lot of the content creators release their videos of Critter Kitchen, and there's just so much the buzz. People are learning how to play, and in our Discord right now, people are playing games. While we're doing this, some people are off playing Critter Kitchen, and you can do that after the stream if you want, because we've opened up the online play of the game. And it's just really fun to see people discover the game that we've all fallen in love with. It's really good. It has a variability that changes every time, because sometimes you're going to deal this zebra out, and then you're going to decide, ooh, do I really want to go get that great carrots or that really good wine, or do I want to go recruit this zebra to be like in my team for the next round? And then you just think about that. I never really said what the zebra's power is, but if we get the zebra eventually in the game, the zebra gets to take their entire pick at a location ahead of everyone at its size. So normally what happens is if Rosie and I were to go to the same location and she had the zebra and I had a boar, or normally you'd go like, okay, the boar gets one and then I would get one and so forth. The zebra, however, is like too fast for that, goes in front of all the level 3s. So very fast.
Are zebras really that fast in real life?
Well, they got to get away from the predator.
Lions.
They do. They have to get away. Except for this zebra, I think would stand its ground and be like, no, listen, it's my kitchen. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
We should have one of them using the oven mitts. Get it metal.
Oh, the giant oven mitts.
I don't think any of the critters are holding oven mitts. I guess they've just got like that skin that doesn't need.
Yeah.
No, it's because I don't use oven mitts, so it's not like it doesn't even cross my mind. Like, oh yeah, I should give them oven mitts.
What do you use to remove things from your oven?
Just cloth, the just a piece of cloth.
Just a piece of cloth.
Yeah,
it can work.
So it does work. Yeah, I think it's a British thing to have the big long one, and I really like it.
I've never seen one of those like in real life, like ever.
We're reinventing the wheel.
I was so surprised when when Peter proposed that long oven mitt. I was like, what is this thing that you want me to design?
Actually, I think it was I think because Rosie has seen those, it was definitely Rosie was like, yeah, this is a thing.
It's very common in the UK.
Because I had not really seen that either, and what I was immediately reminded by it is that it's just not the expected thing. The thing I thought we were going to do possibly is make like just a traditional like possibly the mouse hands or the
small one, right?
Right. But I will say that as we started to look at oven mitts, this is all conversation that is largely everyone's like, what are you talking about? But at the Kickstarter, we like to do fun, silly things. And one of the designers were like, hey, let's talk about like you've got paws on your hands so that you're cooking as an animal, right? Which is fun. But then you look at our 3 main animals, and no offense to them, but like the lizard hands were probably the best of the 3. And then there's boar hands, which are you going to make like an actual oven mitt that is a hoof? I mean, we've talked about the whole problem here. And then the mouse is probably the one maybe contender for the potential oven mitt, but we were all torn on it. So we decided to go a different direction, which you'll see.
You should go and watch Peter's latest live. I think it's the one that you showed.
To show it there.
I
do a stream every Friday. Of course, it's on YouTube, so you can catch it whenever you want. But we're going weekly, and we've been doing updates about Flamecraft new merch or Critter Kitchen's behind the scenes, things that we just like to have that fun conversation of let's show what we're working on. And lately, it's been a lot of obviously Critter Kitchen, and so I showed the oven mitt. Oh,
okay, I'm done with these 2, by the way.
Yeah, look at those 2.
They look like they're gonna kill each other.
Sim thinks they're gonna hug, so.
Oh, hug.
Yeah.
I love it.
They do look fantastic.
Oh, I could still do a really quick sketch of the raven.
Of the raven. Nice.
I don't know if anyone has any suggestions on the raven. Like, what can I do to make a raven look interesting? like
Ravens
other
are
than,
interesting.
yeah, but like they're black
They're
colored.
very smart. They're very smart, aren't they?
Yes, I've seen videos of them pulling up the rubbish bags of bins so that they can pull the food towards them. So they literally put it under their feet and pick it towards them.
Yeah.
Birds are geniuses, to be honest. I don't know why bird brain is like a phrase for someone who's not smart, because I'm like, birds are smart. So yeah.
But what can
I
I,
like
add
ravens.
to it though?
Yeah. What other animal can come into the lore of the raven? Like
Raven manatee. Now that is a mix.
Wow. A raven manatee. That is wild.
So
We got the suggestions are raven kangaroo, raven manatee,
Raven axolotl.
raven
I'm just saying that.
chameleon,
I like
a
axolotl.
chameleon raven. It's interesting. There's people saying that the raven should have a monocle.
The raven should be writing on a desk.
Oh right.
So to go over the power again, if we push for this, is that you can select an extra ingredient. You normally can only carry one thing as a small animal, but the raven can push its luck and get two. And if they do that, then two more things come out. So I don't know if they are carrying anything or not.
Someone said shiny things.
Yeah, but
Raven chicken. Raven chicken.
Raven chicken.
Raven chicken is funny, by the way.
We don't have a chicken in the game.
Yeah, we don't have.
There's no chicken yet. And this is the thing when everyone sees this Kickstarter, there are so many animals. I mean, there's critics and restaurateurs and sous chefs, and each one provides an opportunity to take a stab at different animals. But even when all is said and done, there's going to be animals that are left. I mean, there's so many different animals that are out there. Okay,
Why don't we have we can't have a chicken because we eat chickens.
Well, no, the reason why I think you can't do that much chicken is because it's essentially a raven first and not a chicken first. That starts to say more chicken. The best
is a raven a one, like because it's small?
It's a one.
It's a one, so it's little.
So but when you go with the raven, you can go for two. Is the deal? You can actually, it's a one, but you have the choice if you want to get a second one.
But everybody would definitely go get a second one. Right?
I know, but here's the best part: if you take a second one, two more items come out of the bag at that location. Meaning that if there's a lizard waiting right after you, sure, you get one more, but then the lizard gets to look at two new ones. And you don't know if those two new ones are going to be way better than what you got. So it's a tough, like, ooh, do I really want my opponent to get like two more things? And you're like, well, if I do it, maybe they'll get crappy ingredients and I'll be fine. But what they could get a really good piece of cheese or a good fish. So it's a tough call. I've gambled every time, though. I absolutely would go for the second ingredient every time. 100%.
Yeah, I would too.
But then it's fun because the other person feels good too, right? This is why I love this power, is because you feel good because you've just said, yes, I want the extra thing. But then the person after you gets the extra things also. So it's super good.
Yeah, it's just a regular
raven. The combos are so funny. A raven and a black mamba.
A snake. Is it a snake?
A raven capybara. A raven capuchin monkey. It's so funny. It's been raven this, and then we just have manatee wombat. There's no raven in there anymore. The raven's left. No more raven.
Like, yeah, raven sucks. Let's go for it.
Raven platypus. Platypuses are awesome.
There's some fun suggestions.
Many fun suggestions.
A
this
raven
looks like
salmon.
A very wise raven. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the things in Labyrinth.
Raven echidna.
Labyrinth?
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
The things that like come down from they jump around and they can remove their heads.
The fireys.
Yeah, the fiery things.
Yeah, they have the buggy eyes and the weird mouth, and then they have like.
I mean, I said a little bit.
That red color.
Well, we'll have to think about the other thing. We'll have to think about, by the way, is the pen, because it's not a critic. It's more of a. It should be cooking.
No, this is just like a rough.
Yeah, just having fun.
Thing.
Yeah,
It's not gonna look like this. We should make it look like this.
You've seen it here first, everyone. This is
really
the new
like
style.
Okay, I like puppets. I'm a big Dark Crystal fan. Let's stick a lipstick in the game.
Interesting comment about platypus that I didn't know. The platypi can glow teal.
Glow teal.
Platypus is just absolutely the wildest animal ever, right? There's a glowing factor to there. I had no idea.
Mad.
The Raven is a tattoo artist. It's interesting.
Beast Raven's got to have more than just food. So
yeah. Oh, I love how we've gone into this tangent now. So that bird looks really hungry. Jim Henson, is the expansion. That's all Muppets in the expansion.
He looks like a hobo that just came off the streets.
A raven frog has been suggested, and there can't be a better suggestion than mixing everything with a frog, right, Rosie? Right?
Hey, what can I say? I like frogs. Yeah. I'm a simple person. I enjoy frogs.
Yep.
I don't know how to do a raven frog.
No, I can't imagine.
Well,
I can't.
Wait, here we go.
I can't.
That's an axolotl with a beak.
Yeah.
This is a whole like spreadsheet. This is
yeah, this is
character design.
Yeah. These people are running restaurants. Well, we're almost oh wow, look at that.
Please save this for me. I need that.
Okay.
Don't you delete it. I know what you do. You just wipe everything out.
That's pretty cute, actually. I would say that actually has got really cute. I don't know where the rest of that goes, but that's pretty neat right there.
Look at that little cherub, little angel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. How do you do that, Sandara? That's a magical ability.
It is a magical ability, right? Like I think it's just the idea that you know when a curve of a line is appealing or not appealing, and you can kind of push it.
Yeah.
To be so. Look at that.
It does look pretty.
Cottagecore raven possum.
New addition to the This is what the
raven
looks
possum.
Like.
The raven possum idea.
So cute. I love him. If he doesn't end up anywhere, can I just have it? Just somewhere in my house.
You can have it.
Just like here. So after this whole weekend, I'll have a lot of tattoos to plan for. After Grant's incredible drawings.
Yeah. Right.
I actually don't have any tattoos at all, so it's brave. Oh, it's so cute.
All right. Okay.
Well, we won't take up too much more of your time, Sandara. This has been really fun to do this.
Okay.
This is
remind everyone about the prize.
Yes, let's
remember
do
that. There are 3 Flamecraft art books on offer. So to enter, comment under this video. After this is ended, you can comment under this video with your favorite Sandara critter creation, whether it be a critter or a dragon or whatever you want it to be. Sandara just has to have drawn it. And then at the end of PotionCon, so at the end of
Does that mean that they can go to her Instagram and find a cool werewolf that she's drawn as well? Because she draws the most amazing creatures, actually. Anything, right? You comment on anything. And then you can get the Flamecraft art book.
So yeah, and then we'll pull 3 of them and comment under your comment. You'll be replied to if you've won, and we'll tell you how to contact us. So yeah, make sure that you do that after this.
And just as another huge thank you to Sandara. We love to work with you, but also there's just this joy you have for creating and coming on to do a sketch. You did one on Facebook earlier. So if anyone wants more of this and missed the one that she did on Facebook with Rosie, there was a lot of fun for that one too. Really shows the process, how much gets put into it. And as people have said in this stream, it's amazing how fast you can capture an idea. Look at that. That's adorable.
So cute. So under this video also is a link to all the PotionCon stuff that's going on. There's also the Discord where you can go and try out playing a taste test, a shorter version of Critter Kitchen. And there's also what's up next, which is the full 42, which are going to go through the top 5 games to play if you love Flamecraft. So definitely worth checking
I can't wait
out.
to see that list because I love to play Flamecraft and I want to know
I feel like this is relevant to us. Yeah.
I really have to know what to play next.
And there are some pretty amazing prizes on their live as well.
It's true. If you need something to go with your possible art book, you might, and you want a Flamecraft Deluxe, they've got some of those.
I've got some of those. I've no idea how they're giving them away. That's their channel.
Yes, they'll figure it out.
We'll find out. But yeah, this was amazing.
Sandara, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for watching and joining us at PotionCon. Cheers.
Okay, bye-bye.